Yellowstone star Neal McDonough took part in Wild Antics on set of new horror Skillhouse. Neal McDonough is starring in the upcoming horror movie Skillhouse, with the cast bonding on set by taking part in some hilarious challenges. The Yellowstone actor stars in the film alongside rapper 50 Cent, as well as social media sensations Bryce Hall and Hannah Stocking. The upcoming horror movie focuses on 10 influencers who are lured into a sinister content-creating house and forced to compete in deadly challenges. Jacob Skidmore, who plays Sebastian in Skillhouse, has opened up to the Mirror US about what it was like making the film. He explained how they all stayed together while on location. "We shot in one location, and so we all were in this house. The cast and crew all together for the entire length of production," Jacob revealed. He also described the wild goings-on on set. "We did do like some fun TikTok trends on the set as a cast," he shared as he revealed how they all bonded. The actor also recalled a sweet moment on set when he turned 21. "I had my 21st birthday while shooting, which was really fun," Jacob recalled. "And that was a really long, crazy night shoot that I turned 21 at midnight while at work. That was a really, really fun time. They bought me a really nice cake, and it was really sweet." Jacob described the experience of making Skillhouse as amazing. Opening up about the film, he said, "I play one of 10 influencers that get kidnapped, and we wake up in this content creator house. And we soon learn that there's a challenge that we are being forced to participate in where we have to literally post to survive." When asked what will draw horror fans into the film, he insisted it was the clever work of director Josh Stolberg. The filmmaker has worked on a number of iconic movies over the years, including Jigsaw and Saw X. He has written some of the most popular horror movies of the last, 20 years, Jacob said. He added, "I think also people will just be curious about 50 Cent being involved in this film and Bryce Hall and Hannah Stocking, and these other real-life influencers that are actually in the film." Neal McDonough is no stranger to intense roles, but even his most die-hard fans weren't prepared for the wild stories coming out of the set of Skillhouse, the highly anticipated new horror film directed by Josh Stolberg. Best known recently for his steely role in Yellowstone, McDonough traded in cowboy grit for something much darker and much wilder, behind the scenes of the gory, internet-age thriller. From the first day on set, it was clear that Skillhouse was not going to be a typical project. Centered around the brutal extremes influencers are willing to go to for fame, the film's energy mirrored its chaotic subject matter. And Neal, typically the consummate professional, didn't just go along with the madness. He fueled it. Sources close to the production described Neal as a prank ringleader, gleefully organizing elaborate scares between takes. One insider chuckled as they recalled a moment when McDonough hid inside a giant prop coffin, leaping out mid-scene and sending an entire camera crew scrambling. "He's got that devilish glint in his eye," said co-star Bryce Hall, one of the film's social media-savvy cast members. "You're looking at this guy who's usually playing the super serious villain or the intense military guy, and then he's popping out of a coffin screaming bloody murder." It was hilarious and terrifying at the same time. But it wasn't just jump scares. Neal also became notorious for his commitment to practical jokes that blurred the line between horror and comedy. One day, he collaborated with the special effects team to rig a fake blood explosion to go off under an unsuspecting actor's chair during lunch. Another time, he spent hours perfecting an eerily realistic prosthetic hand, which he would casually offer to shake, only for it to detach gruesomely in his co-star's grip. Director Josh Stolberg didn't mind the antics. In fact, he encouraged them. Neal brings this incredible intensity to every role, but what people don't see is how much fun he has with it. Skillhouse is brutal and terrifying, yes, but it's also a commentary on the absurdity of fame. Neal understood that better than anyone. He made sure we never lost sight of the humor in the horror. One particular stunt became legendary on set, the influencer gauntlet. Inspired by the film's theme of pushing for online clout, Neal and a few mischievous crew members set up an obstacle course at the studio lot, complete with slime buckets, smoke machines, and fake death traps. They challenged castmates to complete the course while live streaming, offering the winner a $500 donation to a charity of their choice. The sight of Neal McDonough, still wearing full villain makeup, covered in fake blood, manning a water cannon like a grinning madman as TikTok stars attempted to dodge their way to glory, became a defining image of the Skillhouse shoot. Videos of the event inevitably leaked online, generating even more buzz for the film's release. Yet amid the fun, Neal remained razor-sharp when it came time to perform. Those who witnessed his scenes spoke of a chilling presence that turned the entire atmosphere from laughter to stone-cold terror in seconds. It was wild to watch, Bryce Hall admitted. One minute he's joking around, and the next minute he locks into character and you feel like you're in actual danger. Behind the laughter and fake blood, there was a deeper reason for Neal's commitment to keeping the set lively. Having spent decades navigating the highs and lows of Hollywood, McDonough understood better than most how crucial camaraderie was, especially on projects with heavy material. Skillhouse dives deep into the darkness of social media obsession, and Neal wanted to make sure the cast, many of whom were younger and relatively new to the world of horror, didn't get overwhelmed by the grim subject matter. "He was like our set dad," said co-star Caitlin Carmichael. "He made it okay to laugh, even when the movie got really dark. He would always remind us, we're telling a story, but at the end of the day, it's just a story. Protect your spirit." Adding to the mythology of the shoot, there were rumors that the abandoned mansion used for several key scenes was genuinely haunted. Some actors reported hearing whispers or feeling sudden cold spots while filming at night. Never one to let an opportunity slip by, Neal leaned into the legend, donning a tattered cloak and sneaking through darkened hallways to haunt his fellow cast members between takes. He's got this horror movie laugh, low, rumbling, pure villain, and he would use it at the worst possible moments, said Stolberg. Everyone would be standing in dead silence waiting for action, and suddenly you'd hear this eerie cackling echo down the hall. It made the real scares so much better because everyone was already on edge. When production finally wrapped, the cast and crew gathered for a wrap party that, fittingly, included a haunted house experience designed by the effects team. Neal was crowned the King of Skillhouse by popular vote, a title he accepted with mock solemnity, wearing a cheap plastic crown and wielding a giant foam scepter. Reflecting on the shoot during a panel at a horror convention earlier this year, McDonough laughed, shaking his head. "Skillhouse was one of the wildest rides of my career. We scared each other, pranked each other, laughed ourselves silly. And somewhere in the middle of all that madness, we made a movie that's going to absolutely blow people's minds." Fans already familiar with Neal's more serious roles will likely be shocked and delighted by the raw, unpredictable energy he brings to Skillhouse. It's a side of him that, until now, has mostly played out behind the scenes. But in this brutal, blood-splattered love letter to horror and internet culture, Neal McDonough proves he can not only survive the chaos, he can lead it. With Skillhouse set to terrify audiences later this year, one thing's for sure: no one will ever look at Neal McDonough or coffins on a film set the same way again.